interesting. Okay. When a man becomes a legend, Kobe Bryant.
Best player I ever played against.
Video came out about
Kobe is more skilled than any player that's ever
around
played
the time
that
Kobe
He
died.
knows in his heart he's the best ever.
Welcome to the Kobe Show.
Complicated shots, shooting over taller opponents, footwork with extraordinary grace,
Incredible.
the Elan Vital of the athletic balladry that he put on that court. I think there has been nobody better than Kobe Bryant.
There's nothing
Well-
to say. I mean, this kid is unreal. Time right now, he's the best player in basketball, and I don't think it's even close.
One time,
Huh.
one game, I'm taking Kobe Bryant.
Like, I'm going right at you. I want to be better than you.
Kobe Bryant was the best basketball player ever lived.
Well, you know, he's the greatest that's ever played.
Kobe Bryant will go down as the greatest basketball player that has ever lived.
The best player, closer.
This dude had everything in the toolbox.
I mean, you can make an argument. You can make an argument.
At this level,
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
It's Kobe.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe being Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
This guy's unbelievable, man. There's no doubt that he's the best player that I've faced.
What he's able to do offensively and defensively is, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I look up to a guy like Kobe Bryant just because of what he's able to do every night he goes out on the basketball court. So once again, I'm quoting
Man, these players.
again saying that Kobe Bryant is the best player in our league.
That's a buzzer
He
beater.
has the capacity through his will and determination.
Yeah, definitely. By far, based on determination and wanting to win the game, doing everything he can to win the game, I think that's he's number one in that particular aspect of the game of basketball. Story of Kobe. All right.
No one understands what it takes to be great. The force that drives you to
By
do what
Jimmy
others
Howell.
don't. The sacrifices made, all with one purpose in mind. Push yourself to become better.
Hey.
The extra
I didn't know who was in
seconds,
a dunk
minutes,
contest. I
hours
want to
of
watch
work
that.
Put into perfecting one's game. Lifting yourself above the rest. To make sure your name will forever be synonymous with one.
Just take the ball like that.
Great.
Yes, sir.
On June 26, 1996, the NBA was introduced to a 17-year-old kid out of Philadelphia.
Bro, that's crazy
The
how
fifth
he's
player in
literally 1 year older than me. And I'm almost 17 too.
league history to make the jump straight from high school to the NBA. And yet, even with all of this hype, with all the heavy expectations, with the bar set impossibly high,
I don't know
on
if I
this
look
kid,
my age though.
he somehow managed to exceed all expectations.
Because I get
every
a
single
lot of people telling me I look older and
time
I look
in
older than I
every
am and I
way
look younger than
possible.
I am. So I mean, I'm like, what?
You know, I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this video. A tragedy so devastating, it's almost incomprehensible. What is there to say that hasn't already been said? Kobe, the Black Mamba, the man who made us dream big, persevere, overcome, get knocked down and get right back up and do it all over again because that's what champions do.
Exactly.
The man who taught us about loyalty.
I saw this one play. Last time I posted a video. Don't worry, got you there. So I did see this video about one time Kobe saying, "Hey, you won this game." It was during the finals. Hey, you won this game. Are you going to celebrate about this or not? It's like, nay. What's to celebrate? We haven't won the final. We haven't won the championship yet. What's to celebrate? So I mean, that's once again his mentality showing that he was not going to stop until he got what he wanted.
Strength, discipline, an unshakable, unmistakable possession of heart and persistency. The part where he taught us to never back down, to never quit until I have reached the top and I dare anyone to try to stop me. That part, that Kobe energy, that unmatched, unwavering, contagious energy that only the Black Mamba could bring. So
I agree.
today, with a heavy heart, I
Very
want
few
to
players.
celebrate Kobe's life with y'all. Some memorable moments in Kobe's career, who he was as a player and a person, and the irreplaceable role he played in our lives. Now, we've discussed Kobe and all of his glory on this channel more times than I can even count. Like the time when we took an in-depth look at every single time Kobe faced off against Jordan.
Oh, I want to see
Or when
that.
we crunched the numbers to see if a prime Kobe Bryant could score 100 points in today's NBA.
Hey, that's
the
a,
conclusion
possibly.
we came to? Of course he could. He's Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Then there was the time when we took a dive into the exact moment when Kobe became the Black Mamba.
I haven't seen
and
any of
put
these
the
videos, yo, because I
entire
recently
world
just
of
started watching
basketball
Jimmy Howard
on
like a
notice. When
couple
he was
months
on the
ago, to be
court,
honest.
it was Kobe's world, and everyone else was just living in it. Not a single weakness in his game, physically or mentally. And don't even get me started on Afro Kobe. I don't know what that man was putting into his hair, but when Kobe was rocking the fro, there wasn't a soul on planet Earth that could keep up with my guy.
Hey.
Book with free cancellation.
Yeah, we got 2 ads here. My bad, everybody.
Booking.com.
I'll get rid of the ads next time. No, you got nothing to worry about. Oh, bro, they expect me to watch this 2-minute, 50-second ad? My dreams.
All the moments he gave us.
Bro, but think
Like
about
when
that.
Michael
Think
Jordan
about that,
told
right.
Kobe he could wear the shoes, but he would never fill them.
Hey,
So,
what?
as a farewell
Bro,
gift,
MJ, what's
Kobe
that for?
put 55 on his head. The best part is Kobe was loving every minute of that beatdown. Meticulously choosing his spots.
Yo, if I did that
talking
too, I
smack,
would,
just
as
being
well.
Kobe. Or the time he threw that alley-oop to Shaq, sealing the deal in Game 7 to go to the NBA Finals.
Hey.
A moment that has been ingrained in all of our memories.
Oh, I remember that,
Or
yeah.
what about the
Well,
time
I
when
wasn't
Kobe
watching it live, but I
outscored
saw
the
it.
entire Dallas Mavericks roster for 3 quarters, dropping
81.
62 points in just 32 minutes? What is savage? You gotta love it.
32
And of course,
minutes?
the famous 81-point game that had us all in shock and
81.
made even the biggest Kobe haters say, well, I'll be damned. Kobe once had the nerve to bet
Bro, why would you be a Kobe
$500,000 in the middle of a game on a free throw. Of course, no one wanted to take that bet, and he drilled it. And let's not forget about the time when Matt Barnes tried to spook our dude, and Kobe just stood there like, dog.
Well, the thing is, I did see about what they were talking about, how Kobe said it. Well, I don't know if Kobe said this, but they said that he didn't even see the ball. So I mean, it wasn't really them, doing that, but hey, it still looks like it.
Right. Or how about the time when Kobe gifted the entire Lakers roster with his signature shoes,
Yo,
then
those are
when the
fire.
team got blown out by the Blazers, Kobe took the shoes back and told his teammates they couldn't wear them because they were too soft. Then there was the time he sank 2 clutch free throws in crunch time after tearing his Achilles. Can barely walk,
Wow.
but still sinks back-to-back free throws with 3 minutes left in the
Tearing
fourth.
his
But
Achilles.
this was just another day in the life of Kobe. Or how about just
I think
a couple
Clay did
years
that
ago
too,
when
or
Kobe
something like
decided
that.
He wanted to make a short story, messed around and got an Oscar. Is that not the most Kobe thing you've ever heard of? Oh,
really is.
Just casually receives the most coveted award in an industry you've never been a part of because simply, why not? The man was a
Yeah.
living
You know what? They should give me an Oscar for just sitting here in my chair. I think I deserve it. I mean, bro, I work
I
a lot.
want to stray away from any GOAT discussions. I feel like this goes beyond basketball, and his legacy is cemented in ways that transcends rankings and numbers. But I want to offer a perspective into the mind of Kobe. A point of view that may shed some light on why many fans across the globe feel that there never was and never will be another Kobe Bryant.
Bro, there never was
See,
Kobe
back
Bryant.
in '96, Kobe became the first
Bro,
guard
what?
to ever get drafted to the NBA straight out of high school. At the
Okay.
time, this huge jump had only occurred once in the modern NBA, which came in the year prior with Kevin Garnett. But unlike young stars that came after Kobe that took the NBA by storm,
Yo, I had a friend, his
Kobe
mom
didn't
drove
quite see
Kevin
the
Garnett
same
to school
success
every
early on
morning.
in his career.
That's
As
actually
a
true.
first-round
I
lottery
promise.
pick, Kobe spent his first 2 seasons in the league
I don't
coming
want to
off
say
the
his name,
bench,
but I mean,
averaging
if you're asking my...
just over 20 minutes a game and just under 9 shots a game. For a player that just 2 years prior was being anointed as the next Michael Jordan, this wasn't quite the start some fans were expecting. To put this into perspective, because you know we gotta give our boy Kobe a chart, here are numbers from other all-time greats in their first 2 seasons in the league. Add that to the fact that he
Hold on one second. I'm trying to check something. Oh no. Is that what that button does? It gets like the captions on and everything? Wow, I did not know that. Okay. Well, let's go back. I wasn't paying attention.
Perspective, because you know we gotta give our boy Kobe a chart. Here are numbers from other all-time greats in their first 2 seasons in the league. Add
Wilt, 38?
that to the fact that he dealt with a shortened lockout season in his 3rd year, and Kobe's path to greatness was already starting to fill with more obstacles and challenges than his counterparts. In fact, here is a pre-draft scouting report on a 17-year-old Kobe.
Poop. I played against and watched Kobe Bryant in Lower Merion and Summer Leagues, so I might know a little strengths. Kobe's number one strength is his maturity. He's a lot more mature than a lot of college players and some NBA players as well. Yep, that really translated to him, being able to do all what he is. Weaknesses. True, he is 17, close to 18, which is huge, but as his dad said, he's 17 going 25. His questionable ball handling skills? Nah, he does not have questionable ball handling skills. Where was I at? May not be ready for the rigors of the NBA life and does not have the body for it right now. Although his father will be with him most of the time, does not have a true position. Played all 5 in high school and didn't perfect any one of his 5. That's great, not being able to do all that. I project him just as everyone else, going no lower than 12 or so, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes much higher. Wow.
Let's see here. Very mature. Yup. Knows the game of basketball and what needs to be done to win. Yeah. A true leader who dominated games with triple teams most of the time. Yup. Fierce competitor with a lot of determination. Bruh. No brainer.
Exactly.
Has perfected the turnaround jumper, Jordan's trademark. Well, hold up. You know what? Whoever wrote this, Jason, your scouting report from 24 years ago was spot on. I mean, this is gold, all the way down to his moves. Here's another scouting report that was pretty accurate, but personally, I prefer
very athletic, good all-around game.
The fan-made version. This is Kobe, and fortunately, his early struggles set him up for a monumental rise.
Hey.
From role player to an all-star coming off the bench, to a key franchise player, to superstar status. Slowly but surely getting better and better every single season.
Exactly.
Eventually transcending the sport itself. Kobe's path to greatness was not your conventional hero's arc. Well, then again, nothing Kobe did was conventional. Averaging 45 points for an entire month. Being the best offensive and defensive player in the entire league simultaneously. Winning with rosters that did not have the makeup of a championship team. Kobe was just different. In fact, it is this exact quality about Kobe and his game that elevates the Black Mamba into the realm of the best player to ever lace up status. See, here's the thing. Kobe didn't have LeBron's durability. He didn't have Michael's giant mitts and ungodly vertical leap. He didn't have Kareem's length or Shaq's frame or any of that.
I mean, 166, I'm 5'8".
Now don't get me wrong, Kobe had the tools, but where other players were put on the fast track to basketball superstardom, Kobe Bryant had to painstakingly build his track piece by piece. Every shot, every failure and shortcoming, every moment on the court was cataloged in Kobe's basketball index, categorized, practiced some more, fine-tuned, and executed to perfection.
Imagine if Kyrie
time you saw him
had the same mentality that Kobe does.
And tangibles that he was born with, and through years of discipline and focus, crafted that same skill set into the deepest, most versatile, deadly, polished bag the game has ever seen. Because the older I get, the less I appreciate raw talent, and the more I admire other stuff. Courage, willpower, commitment, fearlessness, competitiveness.
Yeah, that's true.
The absolute obsession to win and be the best. That was Kobe Bryant. Freakishly talented, and yet, somehow, even more exceptional at everything else. A few months ago on his podcast, Gilbert Arenas discussed what made Kobe so incredible at his craft, and I couldn't agree more with him.
If you go 6'6" guard and you took all their names off and put their attributes on it, you wouldn't find Kobe. He'd be somewhere at the bottom because of his measurement. Like, we're not talking about how he uses it. You gotta remember, he uses it maximized. Like, he uses 38 inches better than most people use their 42s, 44s. So the fact that Kobe did more with less. Every shot had to be harder because he didn't have that he couldn't just jump up.
Hey, me and Kobe, we got that thing. Since we're every shot is hard for us because people double team me. You know what I'm saying?
His shots was more difficult. The reason Kobe will be number one.
Yo, you really gotta put an ad right there. What? The reason, the secret to becoming the greatest player of all time. Ad. Like, what?
Like
Come on.
Leonidas. You don't supposed to win this fight. You're not supposed to get close to the Greek god is supposed to kill you guys. But the fact that you made him believe is the reason we remember you. You fought and stood knowing you were going to die. That's why Kobe's number one. So the fact that out of all the athletes that
number one, in this
league, the one who is average is the one who got close to the Greek god makes him the Greek god. He had to work for everything that he got.
Although the loss of Kobe and his daughter Gigi has left the basketball world shattered, hurt, and just absolutely heartbroken, I feel so blessed to have witnessed the greatness that was Kobe Bryant. So as time passes, we must do our best to preserve the legacy of Kobe. NBA, I'm talking to you. Among the suggestions I have seen from fans, many said that the NBA should retire both the numbers 24 and 8 to honor the Black Mamba.
Did they do that?
I think this would be great. I've got something even better. Make January 26th Kobe Day or Mamba Day around the league, and for the games that are scheduled for that day, have one team all wear number 8 and the other wear all number 24.
Yo, that would be a really good idea.
All reminded of Kobe's legacy each year. Of course, having a team full of players with the same numbers would get a bit tricky with the refs. I'm sure we could figure it out. Another suggestion that I personally feel the league has got to do is change the NBA logo to Kobe. To me, this is a no-brainer. The NBA has a shady past with the existing logo anyways. We've discussed this in a previous video. Jerry West himself has said for years now that he no longer wants to be the logo.
Is it Jerry West?
And honestly, the league has evolved so drastically over the past decade that I feel a new logo would be a fitting way to bring in this new era of the NBA. The players that will be playing in the NBA 10, 20 years from now, we all looked up to Kobe. It only makes sense. And what better way to immortalize
I'm looking up the NBA logo right now
with the game than by making him the face of the league. Kobe Bryant was the physical embodiment of basketball. He gave every fiber of his being to this game. I think it's time the game gave back to Kobe. There are
it's a pretty good suggestion,
I could say about this guy right here. I could go on for days, and I mean that quite literally. Kobe, thank you for inspiring us, for showing us that our mind is the most powerful tool of all. Thank you for 81. Thank you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championships. Thank you, Kobe, for everything.
Great video. When a man becomes a legend. Perfect title, I agree. With all this. Very sad how he died. But the good thing is we'll always have his highlights, to watch it whenever we want to. So I mean, that's a great thing. Hey man, that was an awesome video. Thank you for the suggestion. Maybe what if Stephen Curry was 7 feet tall next? Seems pretty cool.